Hey, just a call out here. I'm at Kroger's. Look at the label on here. Just want everybody to see this. I just went and looked this up on Amazon, and it is blocked. You can't sell any of this on Amazon now. HP has some big lockdown going on right now. This is something I've sold before in the past without issue. And again, they're only $2.50. They're going on Amazon, or were, from them for like $40. So, you know, I can get the labels off. It's not the issue. It's just I don't want to get dinged. So this is just something you guys got to look out for when you are RAing.
Hey, it's Don, the Auction Professor. As you saw there, I was sourcing today. I went to like 7 different stores. Half of them were Kroger's and another chain. I'm not going to talk about the other one because I still do find stuff there. But the point is, these labels could be found on 2 different chains. And I know a manager at one, so I did run into somebody and did ask some questions about what's going on with this. Apparently, as everybody should know, all these companies have deals that they have to sign and contracts with the main company, i.e., with Kroger's for one, the one I was specifically talking about. So when things are discounted, they got a list of them now that have to have this sticker on it. There's a company, a service around that's going to these big companies, whether it be HP or Kroger's. Like when markdowns go, usually they'll do like a bar line with a marker or something through the package in some establishments. This is their way of trying to keep them off platforms, because that sticker I thought would be no big deal. I did buy one just to see if I could get the sticker off. I know I'm blocked in it, but I know somebody else I was going to ask and see if he was unblocked too. But point is, the stickers will come off, but they ruin the cardboard. It ripples it. There's just no way I would send that in to Amazon, because you're just opening yourself up, and especially if it's a category that they're now blocking. I've been able to sell that in the past. So it was a little frustrating to have to run into that. I looked in one of the items that I've been able to sell in the past. Again, it's been a little while, but was ranked 76 out of cartridges and stuff. So it was upsetting, and I could have made $30 a pop. I saw like 70 of these things on multiple stores, but they all had that sticker on it. Now, there's no law. I looked this up many times before. There's no federal law. There's no state law that they can tell you can't buy something and turn around and resell it on a platform. So they can't do anything legal-wise. So if you're worried about that sticker, if you see it in a store, you know, legally-wise, I can't find anything, at least in my state, Ohio. Maybe your state has enacted something, but there's a federal regulation that happened like 20 years ago that the Supreme Court actually took up in a case. So you're perfectly allowed to sell this. There's no laws. So legally-wise, there's nothing they can do. I looked into that phone number and found the site that's related to it too. In fact, if you look right here, you can see the phone number, the label again. Type that into a search and you'll be pulled up to their page, and you will see that they have other companies that do this. Again, they're getting money off of offering this service for them to call and stuff. They're not just for these labels and stuff, but it's just something that's added into it. There's other companies that do this exact same thing for retail establishments, as well as other food chains and restaurant chains as well. I've been in the industry, at least retail and restaurant, for quite a bit of my life. So glad not to be in it, but I do know at least some about how that works. I've done purchasing things and things like that, working for Einstein Brothers and a few other companies as regional and stuff like that as well too. So this is just something that's going to be happening now. Maybe they can't stop you from buying it in a store. Maybe they can't stop everybody. Maybe there's ways to get through it or not. But the end result is that, they're going to ruin the box this way on all the stuff that you're making money on, or they could. And once one company finds it more successful and there's less competition by blocking and gating and things, I'm just worried it's going to, branch out. I didn't see any of these labels until just recently, and none of them. It's like within the last week, all of a sudden they're everywhere. So, that was just surprising. It's definitely the whole region. Now, if you look back, too, it has store numbers and locations. So, they're trying to figure out where they're coming from, and they're, probably spent some extra money on this effort. Another aspect of this, though, that you may not think is so great is if you remove that label from, say, Kroger's off of the package, they know it was on there, because they know the items, when you scan it in to return, it's going to flag it. It's going to tell you you can't return it because you've altered the box. It's assuming at that point that you were doing it to resell, because who else would remove the sticker, apparently, is what their point is. So if you buy a bunch of something thinking you're going to get the sticker off, you might not be able to return it. So you're going to be stuck with a bunch of these that you could put up on eBay. Now, I didn't buy any but the one because I took it for a chance for $250. I wanted to know if I get the sticker off. That's all I wanted to know. And I did get it off. I've got my own little thing. I know I've tried the Scotty peeler and stuff, but I've got something that I've used for years that I cut out and stuff myself. But the point of it is that, you know, even if you get the sticker off, it ripples the cardboard, the surface in the cardboard. In my book, I wouldn't send it in. I know there's probably a bunch of folks that would probably just send that in Amazon. I don't even if a corner's pushed in a little bit, I won't mess with it. I would never want to have an issue where it would be an item that, you know, I don't have an invoice for specifically, because there's occasions when you run into something RA, obviously you don't have an invoice for it. You wait and see what happens from there. But the point of it is, I don't want to get a question on it. If I'm sending out something that's not what it's supposed to be, there's a problem with the package, I don't send it out. And again, I know a lot of people would, but I don't risk my accounts for anything. It's just not worth the money. Had those not been on there, you know, I was still gated. But some of the items that I found with those stickers on, I'm not gated on. So I could literally sell them, but I wasn't going to take the shot with the label, especially after seeing the first one that I tried to get off. Rule of thumb, keep stuff in the car. Know what you're doing. Buy one. If the label comes off, go back in and buy the rest from this point on. Don't go ahead and buy mass quantities of them unless you're sure you can get that label off and still look good. My assumption is that they're going to make it harder and harder. One of the labels, when I got it off, literally just like you would a Scotty peeler, for those who do know what the Scotty peeler, it literally left the word void on the top of the box. So, you know, I had to worry about getting that off, and it's doable, but again, it leaves ripples in the cardboard, and I just don't want to send something like that in. All of that kind of stuff, too, won't do very well on eBay. Some of the items will go for like $9 free shipping, and you're spending $2.50 on it. It's just not worth $2 of my time to sit there and try and get the Kroger's labels off for the discount and the other one. You know, it's not worth spending 5 or 10 minutes on a package you're going to make maybe $2 on. At least for me, it's not. You know, it's too much of a chore to mess with. So, and there's so many other things I could buy. So it's not a gripe with so much RA, because I still am going to do it no matter what. But it's just the fact that it's going to be harder. Watch yourself. Make sure that if there's a policy and you remove that label, you know, you can take it back if you find out you can't sell it or you get dinged on it. So don't sell something on Amazon. I don't care what the rank is. As I said, the rank on some of the items I was finding was 76. You know, some of them obviously were in the 6,000, 7,000, even 10,000 range, but a 76 in almost any category was an instant sale for me. But, you know, there's nothing I can do with it now. So anyway, just a warning out there. I thought I would call it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell a friend.